Just make it a fucking bracket. That's what they did. Just do it.
I don't think it's hard to count.
It's not about counting. It's about when you watch the NBA, the ball goes in the hoop and the point goes on the board. Right? So when you win a match, you move on to the next round. Like, simple as that. You don't have to have 379,000 points to face John Moxley.
Well, here's the thing. That is a very because think about it, like if it's a bracket system, it's like you face each other once, and then after you lose, you're just out of the tournament, right?
That's what they do.
Wait, I thought they go to a loser's bracket, don't they?
No. I'm saying that's a bracket system, right?
But that's what a normal bracket system is. Yes.
Well, this is not a bracket system. There's a point system, is what I'm saying.
I understand it, but what I'm trying to tell you is...
I'm saying that you can do a bracket system, right? But a point system allows for you to get more unique matchups out of it because everybody can face it. In a normal situation, you would never see Kyle Fletcher face Okada. You would never see Darby face Kevin Knight because they're heels. And not only one because they're heels, but they're in the same faction. Kyle Fletcher and Okada, they would never face each other. But in the Continental Classic, everybody has to face each other at least once. So it allows for unique matchups, is what I'm saying.
You don't remember back in the day?
Also, bracket systems with a heel and face divide can make things a little bit predictable because 9 times out of 10, there's going to be a heel and a face at the end. So you can kind of predict in that way. A point system creates more of excitement, unpredictability.
You don't think there's ever been a system in WWE where two members of a group or a faction or a tag team had to face each other in a tournament?
They have.
Do I think that they've?
They have.
I mean, I'm sure it's happened. I don't see your point though.
My point is that I can never get anything by you because you always figure a way out to fucking make it sound like it's 1,000 times better.
Was my explanation not valid? The point system allows for more unique matchups.
We're still confused. It doesn't matter. Like,
what are you confused about? I can clear it up. What are you confused about?
Listen, what I'm confused about is Tony Khan should just do it like everybody else does it. That's all it is.
Wait, why should he do it like everybody else?
Listen, because I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Because it makes more sense.
It makes more sense.
What doesn't make sense about the point system? What doesn't make sense?
It's not easy to understand, Shara.
Okay, so what don't you understand?
What if there was a kid that doesn't know how to do math?
You know what?
Stupid.
I don't know how to do math. I'm serious.
We need representation for the kids who don't
know. I'm being serious.
We need representation for the kids who don't know how to do math.
Listen, it's okay. Listen, Mad Dog,
I hate math. Okay. I hate math. So
because in a couple years they're gonna be bought up by WWE. It's not even a big deal, bro.
Well, TNA already was telling me that last week.
One is gonna fold because WWE is gonna make it hard, just like they did for WCW. That's all it is.
So wait a minute, you're telling me I gotta jump in on this. You're telling me that WWE is gonna have TNA and AEW,
and Ring of Honor,
and AAA,
and ECW, and WCW, and NWA. Yes, they're gonna own. He's gonna own everything.
I don't know about yet, but yeah, TNA.
I hope you know that. Number one, not only would that not happen, I don't think legally the government would allow that.
Oh yeah, you're so right. You're so
right because it would make it a monopoly.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Netflix is not trying to buy Warner Brothers. You're right on that one.
Hold on. It's Warner Brothers.
In my news report a couple weeks ago, they were trying to buy Warner Brothers.
Exactly.
Something changed.
And that's a monopoly.
Did something change?
A monopoly on what? A monopoly on what?
Well, let's put it this way. Doesn't Disney own? They own Star Wars. They own what else? They own
Marvel.
They own like Marvel.
They own a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna say
they own Fox.
Wait, do they own Pixar or no?
The Simpsons.
Isn't that a monopoly?
A monopoly
on what? A monopoly on what?
Well, tell me what you were saying about monopoly. Why would that be
on the wrestling business? WWE can own AEW. They've literally already proven in court that we're not a monopoly because AEW existed. They can't go to that same court and ask them to approve an AEW acquisition. It doesn't make sense.
Really? Because I think they did that with WCW back in the 90s. And then all of a sudden, WWE bought them out.
Did WWE go to court and say we're not a monopoly because WCW exists?
CW said yes.
Why would AEW go to court and say they're monopoly?
No. I'm saying WWE. WWE in a lawsuit with MLW. MLW said that WWE was a monopoly and was doing anti-competitive practices. And no, because they were saying that they were trying to stomp out smaller companies by its anti-competition practices, anti-capital practices.
That
right?
happens all
they
the
won
time.
That lawsuit. Won that lawsuit. But basically, WWE said in court, we are not a monopoly. AEW exists, which is proof that we're not a monopoly.
But doesn't that happen all the time?
Doesn't
that happen all the time?
Doesn't what happen all the time?
Doesn't big companies buy out small companies all the time?
Cactus Katie really wants
I believe. Yes, sir. Didn't that happen in 2001? Right? Where Vince McMahon said, "Hey, I'm buying the competition." He did this whole thing with like a book.
That was then, and this is now. That's number one. Number two, there was never a precedent in court at the time of them going to court and saying we're not a monopoly because this company exists, and then turning around and buying that same company. The government went. It's actually monopolies are elite. You can't do that. I don't think that they would approve that.
Ticketmaster is a monopoly. You don't see Congress investigating Ticketmaster, do you? They said they would, but they never did.
Well, Trump is in office, so there you go.
Hey man, I'm just saying.
So
I'm going with that too.
Very first match, Fletcher did defeat Okada, who is actually the sitting champion. Again, doesn't mean he's eliminated. It's just Fletcher's got 3 points. You get 0 zitch nada for Okada.
Does this sound like the World Series, the best out of 3 with these guys?
The World Series can go on. And the World Series go on really long, like in baseball.
Yeah, and so is this tournament, very long.
Yeah.
And so Fletcher, it's going to end at World's End. The finals is going to be at World's End.
Yeah, how long is that again? What's the date on World's End again? The 27th of December.
So it's like a month.
It's like right around my birthday.
Yeah, a month.
Have you ever seen a King of the Ring that was a month?
No.
I would have loved to, but I know that they don't have wrestlers that can flesh
they had King of the Ring qualifiers, I think, for
wasn't the last King of the Ring? What is it? That guy from
Happy Thanksgiving Eve. Yes, happy Thanksgiving, Jeffrey.
The Pancakes dudes. Why am I forgetting? New Day. Wasn't that the last King of the Ring?
Rocks.
You talk about which one?
Kobe or Xavier Woods.
The one that does Xavier Woods. Yeah. Wasn't he the last King of the Ring?
Yeah.
I think he was. Yes.
Yeah, he was. But you know what? The King of the Ring, when they bring it back, it's so stupid because they don't do it the right way. They do it like the old way they used to do it was they used to have matches on Raw to qualify for the King of the Ring, and then those 6 matches would go through all the night. They don't do that no more.
I didn't even know they still do the King of the Ring at all.
They don't. It's like you know what it's like. It's like
gimmicky.
It's like if they have a hair up their ass, you're like, oh, you know what? Oh, let's do King of the Ring out of nowhere. That's what they do all the time.
Hell in the Cell for no reason.
Yeah. Well, let's bring back the red Hell in the Cell every once in a while, just for shits and giggles. That's what they do.
So Okada did win. After the match, he shook Kyle Fletcher's hand, which
I wouldn't even call
Okada
that
won. I have in my notes Kyle Fletcher.
I wouldn't even call that a hand. You saw that?
Oh, sorry. Fletcher won, and then after the match, he shook Okada's hand.
You see that bullshit handshake he gave him?
Yeah, but it's more than what he gave Konosuke.
It was like a wet balloon he put in his hand. A wet balloon. It was
at least he didn't do this like he did to Takeshita. Okay. But clearly he cares. He has more of an affinity for him.
Oh, he's going to be the one turning on the group.
We have the women's world tag title tournament. So we have Sisters of Sin versus Babes of Wrath. To be specific, that is Julia Hart and Sky Blue versus Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale. Which one?
You missed the whole thing. Did you say Kenny Omega with the Young Bucks? Because remember, that was a big thing.
Oh yeah, Kenny Omega came out.
Young Bucks.
Well, he was he didn't come out. He was backstage, right?
Yeah, and he said something about your true friends, and if they really are, they'll support you.
They are Bullet Club forever, baby.
So that happened at Full Gear too. So the Young Bucks spurned the Don Callis family. They did not join. They even gave up the money that they won. So I guess they're kicking their gambling habit too. And they are, they made up with Kenny Omega, and they even made up with Jack Perry and by proxy Luchasaurus.
You know what's crazy? I remember a couple years ago, right at Full Gear, the Young Bucks came back with Kenny Omega, and they did the Kansas thing, and everybody went wild. I wish I went.
What's the Kansas thing?
Year. When they got the rights to the Kansas song, Wayward Son, and they came out to that entrance, and everybody went nuts.
Oh,
that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so
a couple years ago,
I really so the women's tag tournament. I do remember. I think it was Venomous Vincent. You said that they can't do the women's tag title because like they don't have any women teams. I'm like, they're definitely gonna have some teams.
I know, but they're just putting people together. There's no. That's
just
what it is.
Well, hold on, hold on.
I agree.
They're not just putting. There's reasons that the people are Except there was an article for Megan Bain.
Name one.
Please tell me.
There was an article for Megan Bain because Penelope Ford got injured, so that's why she's with Marina Shafir now.
So that's one. That's one tag team. Who's the other tag team?
There's Tay Mello. That's obvious.
Okay, who's the other tag team?
Tony Storm.
This other crazy ass group that we just saw tonight.
Are you talking about? So Sisters of Sin,
holy Christ,
they were already in a so Sky Blue and Julia Hart, they were already in a faction together, so that makes sense.
Jeffrey says in the chat, TJ, I heard a rumor that Anna Jay might go to the E, that they're interested.
I did hear that
coming
rumor.
up, and the E is very interested in her. So
to be honest with you, I would not blame her.
I would not.
You wouldn't?
She's going.
Why wouldn't you blame her? Why?
I think that
you're such a big AEW fan.
Yeah, but it's about the fact that I think that she is a little bit stagnant, and I also think that the division has progressed beyond her, and I think she's having a hard time breaking back in.
You now, or maybe we should talk about because they have nothing for her because they don't book the right way, just like they're doing.
Hold on a second.
Just like they're doing with Britt Baker. They're not booking the right way, and they're letting Britt Baker go.
I have a question.
What's your question?
You think Britt Baker is not on TV because they have nothing for her? That's what you think?
I can actually answer that question. It's because a bunch of fans told Tony Khan take her off TV and have her never return.
It has nothing to do with that, Venice.
It absolutely does. It absolutely does.
Is her Dennis schedule getting too packed?
Tony Khan said he wants to wait until she's 100%.
Oh God! Let me
you know she had a stroke, right?
Yeah, a stroke of what? A stroke of teeth?
A stroke.
Meanwhile,
not a stroke of life. I'm talking about like a medical issue.
What? Now, why is this the first time I'm hearing this about this?
Well, he said that recently in an interview when asked about. I think it was the Ariel Helwani show. He said, I want her to be 100%. And I'm looking to get her back. But basically, AEW never really, when it comes to medical stuff, unless, 9 times out of 10, they're not really going to tell you because, well, one, it's not, really your business sometimes. If someone is sick, they don't always want to know.
She's not sick. They have nothing for her, Sheriff.
That's not what he said, though. That's not what he said.
I know what he said.
For Britt Baker.
Well, you think he's lying and saying she's not 100%?
She's not injured. Multiple.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Hold on. I do know that. I do know that.
She's not injured.
How do I know that? Because I know exactly where her practice is. I know exactly what days she works, and I can call tomorrow and talk to her on the phone.
Wait, hold on. Is being a dentist the same thing as wrestling?
No, but what I'm trying to tell you is if she's really sick, she wouldn't be at work.
That's not true.
She is working.
Just because she's not 100% to get in the ring doesn't mean she can't work. That's not mutually exclusive.
And she's not sick. They have nothing.
Listen, you know what?
I don't know. Let me be very clear. This is what Tony Khan said. He said he's waiting for her to be 100% so that when she returns, she is comfortable about being.
Yeah, when the writers have something for her.
Just for you, Sheriff. I'm going next week when it's not. I'm going to go to her dentist office. I'm going to sign myself up for her to look at my teeth. Okay. And then I'm going to pull some nails and ask her some questions. And
I think she hates when people do that, but if you do that, I would love to hear it.
No. I'm not even going to say I know who she's I'm not even going to say I know she's a wrestler. I'm just going to pretend I don't even know she's a wrestler.
Okay. Well, actually, if you do that, please report back to us. Do some undercut.
I definitely will.
If you see this, listen. Sorry, we needed to know the answers. But yeah,
look,
she hates
I have to agree with Jeffrey on this. Like said the same thing about Chris Jericho. Jericho is going to be in the Rumble 2 months from today.
Wait, what did Tony say about Jericho? That he was injured? He said,
"Oh, Jericho's sick. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, and now he's saying,
"Oh, when did Tony Khan say that Jericho was injured? I didn't see that."
He's like, "Oh, we hope Jericho comes back, which means Jericho is gone."
Yeah, he said he's hoping he could return. He didn't say Jericho was not 100%. Isn't that the same thing?
He's going to the E. Anna Jay's going to go to the E. Britt Baker should be going to the E at this point.
Britt Baker should not be going to the E. Britt Baker should not be going to the E. But that's beside the point.
Oh my God! Can you imagine Britt Baker and WWE?
Back to we're off on another tangent. Back to the match. So Willow and Harley won. I actually was a little bit surprised by this. So they are going to advance to face whoever is going to be the winner of Megan Bayne and Marina versus.
You were surprised that the two colorful girls in their pink and blue tights beat the girls that look like they were at a mosh concert at a rock concert?
I was surprised that the baby faces won because I think that Toni Storm and Mina are going to win the next match, which means they would have to face each other, which, you can do babyface versus babyface, but they just typically don't do that. So that's why I was surprised to see that. But who knows? Maybe I'll be wrong and Toni Storm and Mina will lose the next match. We'll see Marina and Megan Bayne. But
did you guys skip a little bit of the before I get my take on that? Did you guys skip the Mark Briscoe thing? Because I thought Mark Briscoe talked before.
Did he talk before or after the match?
I thought it was before. I mean, remember on my mind's tonight, but yes, I thought it was before.
Well, basically, he in Mark Briscoe's and this is just off the top. In his promo, he talks about winning the TNT title. He's very, obviously proud of that. He was still bloodied, so I'm assuming they filmed this like right after the match. And he said, it's about family. His actual family, and of course his brother, his late brother, and also the conglomerate, his buddies who have his back. So he said that he's gonna, Don Callis can say whatever he wants about family. He knows about family. He's already got one, and now he's got the CNT title. So it is what it is.
My question for you guys, I gotta ask you, Vinny, and ask her, why did they put this belt on Briscoe? I honestly, I just don't understand.
I don't get the question.
What do you think, Vinny? Do you have anything to say on why they put?
Well, I mean, I think Mark Briscoe's really hot right now. I think he's having a lot of people are really enjoying seeing him in the ring, and isn't this like his first major title?
I believe so.
Yeah, he did have the Ring of Honor World title, but it's just
nobody cares about that ring thing.
What's
Ring of Honor?
It mattered to him because he came up in Ring of Honor, but it's his first singles belt in AEW. So, and it's. I think that they're whatever. Dude. I think that they're just capitalizing on his momentum. I don't really.
Oh my God, Mad Dog says never heard of it.
Because
I've heard of it when CM Punk was in it 15 years ago, but nowadays, no. Ring of Honor.
Hold on a second.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, I like the whole thing. I agree. I think Jeffrey and Bobby are saying that they're pushing Willow, right? Willow
real nice.
Are they Cameron? So I guess they're gonna win those tag team belts, even though AEW doesn't really have tag teams like WWE does. So yeah.
What?
That's true.
AEW doesn't have tag teams.
I said really AEW
they
doesn't have tag
together.
teams.
I'm saying, what does that mean?
Has tag teams. Yes.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, let's be honest. I don't think
they're just throwing people in blender, Sheriff. I told you.
But that's not true.
They're throwing names together, picking them out of a hat, seeing if it sticks.
Just because you say it doesn't make it true.
I mean, listen.
It is true.
I think it's the same thing in WWE too.
You say what?
Sometimes.
I think it's the same thing in WWE too.
Warriors are a fantastic tag team. Can't wait for War Games.
Okay, all right. I'll give you them. Who else can you put in a tag team?
Well, we had Alexa and Charlotte, but as you know,
that's not makeshift as fuck. That's not.
That's makeshift as fuck.
That was. We have.
That's a blender there.
Hold on. I'm trying to think. I know the Kabuki Warriors are one.
That's it.
Another one, wasn't there? There was just another one.
No, that's it. That's all they have.
Okay. And y'all wonder why Mercedes walked out on that shit, man. Anyway,
no, the only one Mercedes walked out. Mercedes walked out because she thought her feelings got hurt because she thought she was worth more than she was, and she wasn't. She was a tag team wrestler at the time.
That's
why she walked out.
Being a tag, there's nothing wrong with being a tag team. It's great.
Oh no, go ask Mercedes about that one. She walked out.
No, she took being in a tag team very seriously. She was upset that WWE didn't take the tag team title seriously, which they didn't. Maybe they do now. I don't watch, so I don't know. But they didn't at the time. You think that they booked those belts well at the time?
No, listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now, and I'm not saying this to be hurtful. I don't think that the women should have the same titles as the men. They shouldn't have the Intercontinental.
Specifically the tag team titles. You don't think the women should have tag team titles?
No, I don't.
Why?
There's not enough tag teams to have it.
In WWE, or are you talking?
Oh, Raquel and
are you talking in
general?
In general, there's listen. They're lucky enough that there's a Intercontinental but it's like, okay, you have a world title for the women, cool. That's the person that's the best and the greatest on the roster. You don't need a trios and a triple and a six tam and it's a bunch.
Trios is pushing it. I think a tag team title makes sense, especially because there's so many capable women wrestlers these days. And this is no shade. In the past, it just really wasn't like that. At least in America. Nowadays, the rosters are like.
Yeah, but these people are all thrown together. B-Fab and Mia, they're thrown together. Raquel and Roxanne, they're thrown together.
Wait, no, they're not. They're part of Judgment Day. Judgment Day.
You're right. The Judgment Day hasn't had 97 people go through that freaking group. Oh yeah, you're right.
Well, say, man, so did NWO and DX. Don't get me wrong.
All of them did. Yeah, you're right.
Well, every tag team are people who were once individuals. No.
Wasn't Sting part of NWO once? Right. I'm wearing a Sting shirt tonight.
He was part of red and white and purple and the blue and the orange one too.
And they had the LWO, which is still a thing somewhere.
Stupid. All right, what else we got?
Yeah. Let's go into. Okay. So as I said, Hangman Adam Page did lose the world title at Full Gear. He lost it to Samoa Joe. This is Samoa Joe's second world title reign.
Wait, what belt did she make now?
Who?
Jeffrey says, and now Tony Storm just made a new belt that Ricochet just won.
I believe he means Tony Khan.
Tony Khan. Right? Are you talking about the national? He's talking about the national title from Full Gear. Yes, the national title is basically replacing the title that was fused with Okada's belt. But
many belts. I've said that earlier tonight.
So why don't you have one?
Well, I actually do have one. I will send a picture to you after. It's a WWE Bray Wyatt / Roman Reigns Universal Championship belt before they actually
Bray Wyatt / Roman Reigns.
What?
Like Bray Wyatt / Roman Reigns?
No. Bray Wyatt had that blue belt. It was the SmackDown Universal belt.
Oh, I see.
They got rid of it.
I thought you were talking about the side
Goldie in there.
Like one was Bray, one was Roman. I thought that's
no. That one. No, I didn't like that one.
You don't have the money like that. I was about to say, dang, you flexed.
That one scares me actually. That belt, that Bray Wyatt face belt, that thing scares me.
I was like, this is not a championship. This is a.
But I know what you're talking about. No, I have the blue Universal Championship SmackDown belt, the one that Roman Reigns actually fought Brock Lesnar with, I believe, at WrestleMania something. I think I don't remember.
Acknowledge your new AEW World Champion, Samoa Joe. He came up to celebrate his win. He basically kicked Tony Schiavone out of the ring. He's in there with the ops. And then, we cut to the back. You see Swerve Strickland arrive. And he has the stapler and he's got some chain. But then you see come into the frame is Hangman Adam Page, and they're walking together, which is a long time coming for these two. They've fought, many wars together. A long time feud between them. And so they come into the arena. You see Hangman. He's standing by the bar, and he takes, a shot before he goes, which is kind of a callback to how, he was depressed cowboy. I think he might be slipping back into depressed cowboy now that he lost the title. And then they approach the ring, and obviously the ops run away because that's what they do. But they get a hold of two of their lackeys, and they kind of put the chain around their neck, and they hang them over the ring. And it's basically saying, yeah, we're gonna be there to we're not going to take what you did sitting down. And Hangman is coming back for the title. I am a little bit because I know Swerve wants the title himself. When he initially came out, people were confused about whether he was going to pull a hook and join the ops. I knew that wasn't going to happen because Swerve wants to be the champion. He's not going to join a faction and help somebody else be the champion. I also don't see him helping Hangman become the champion. So I think that they'll team together for now, but he wants the title himself. So I guess
think it's just dumb as fuck.
Everybody wants the title for themselves. Everybody. If WWE, everyone wants the title for themselves.
Not everybody.
Yeah, pretty much everybody in the E1 wants Cody Rhodes' belt.
They're
doing the whole John Cena tournament to get his belt. So there you go.
When I say not everybody wants the belt, I mean that there are times where a champion has lackeys, a faction.
It's always everybody wants the belt, Sheriff. What do you think so many people are upset at Mercedes?
I'm saying
she's got too many of them.
Sometimes a champion has lackeys and faction members that help him keep the belt. They're not actively trying to win the belt themselves, is what I'm saying.
Well, that's because John Moxley doesn't need the belt.
I'm not saying John Moxley. I'm saying Swerve. I don't see Swerve being one of those people to help somebody else.
I do. He's done it before. Himself. He swerved us before, Sheriff. He swerved us before.
He swerves when he drives.
Exactly.
And so that was that. We did get they did ask I don't remember where this happened in the show, but they did ask Eddie Kingston about Hook kind of turning heel and rejoining the ops after he kind of swerved us all, thinking that he was mad at them, and he was a little bit frustrated. He didn't want to talk about him. He's like, I don't want to talk about Hook right now, to be honest with you, because I think he's still peeved. So he said, what I want to do is I want to beat Shibata on Collision so that I can get closer to a world title shot, which goes back to your point. Everybody wants the title. He's like, bump that noise. I'm trying to get to the world title. So he's like, I'll take out Hook's boy, Shibata, and also Samoa Joe's boy, Shibata, so that I can get closer to the title, and then I'll deal with Hook later. So he's like, there's unfinished business there, but I want to focus on what's going to happen on Collision so that I can get to the title. So that's how that story unfolding right now. What was next? Oh, John Moxley and Mascara.
This was such an uneven match.
Uneven how?
Because you talked about earlier in the show about how you wouldn't have a baby face or you wouldn't have two heels face each other. Well,
typically, yeah.
Okay. So how do you have a guy like Moxley that all he does is brawl, taking on a guy he's jumping off a Coke can into the into the crowd. Like John Moxley couldn't even keep up with this guy.
But that's what I mean. You get unique matchups you typically wouldn't see.
It's not unique. It's stupid. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not?
Wait, Mad Dog. What do you agree with?
I agree with Vinny. Well, what the hell are they doing here? They're putting these guys who don't belong together, and it's not even a good
Why don't they belong together?
It's not a fair match.
Why do you hate love?
I see where Vinny's come from. It's not a fair match. He's right. A brawl. Why would you put a brawler with the high flyer?
Why? Well, first of all, that's not brand new.
You don't do that. I know this from GM mode, Sheriff. I play them my GM mode.
Wait, hold on. So you're saying that Mascara can't face Moxley because he's a luchador and Moxley's a brawler?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
that's what I'm saying.
I just think it's an uneven match. That's like when you put the Big Show against freaking Rey Mysterio.
Well, that did happen.
Yeah,
I know.
I agree.
But how is that even?
Yes.
It's wrestling. It's about the spectacle. It's a
spectacle. The match was boring.
Okay,
the match was not boring. But
listen. Here's the spectacle.
And Moxley won by knockout. Like it was
which isn't fair.
Wait, why is it not fair?
Knockout? Why would Moxley win by knockout?
Wait, why not? Aren't you saying that he is like so much better
why
than
not?
Wouldn't it make sense for him to win by knockout? What are you saying now? You just completely switched your whole...
I am saying basically it's an unfair match. You have John freaking Moxley versus this high-flying guy
by knockout,
and he wins by a knockout.
So why would that not make sense if it's unfair?
What do you mean not be fair? Because everyone knew Moxley was going to win.
That's true.
Actually, Moxley's been on a losing streak.
Against who?
I thought that he was going to beat
Moxley had 4 world championships. Sheriff.
1, 2. I think he got tapped out. Like I want to say 3. I might be mistaken, but he got tapped out twice and he lost. He lost at full gear.
Even Jeffrey says
he lost to Moxley looked out of place.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
And yes, Jeffrey, I play GM mode. Sorry.
You have to understand this. It's like what I was going back to Big Show and Mysterio. Mysterio's the champion, and Mysterio beats the Big Show. That doesn't happen. It will never happen. It won't happen ever in real life.
Yeah, but wrestling's not real life.
I know, but you have to be. It has to be somewhat realistic. Like you have to. The Big Show's not going to get beat up by a small guy that doesn't even.
Well, that has happened.
I have to ask Sheriff a question.
I know
it has gotten beat up by a small guy. I have to ask
Sheriff a question. Did you really think Dora was going to win this match, Sheriff?
Who? Dora?
I didn't think he even had a chance to win this match.
Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you yes because I actually watched the show. Moxley, you guys are, I don't know if you're paying attention. Not only is Moxley on a losing streak, the entire faction that he's running is turning on him because he keeps losing and messing things up. Losing to people.
Turning on him.
You're talking about the Death Riders. Meanwhile, they stood stronger than
I know you guys. I know you guys didn't probably watch Full Gear, but after he lost to Kyle O'Reilly, he was like kind of talking shit and being annoyed, and all of the Death Riders were side-eyeing him like, bro, you're mad that you lost. Why did you tap? Like, you tapped to Kyle O'Reilly. Are you dumb? Which did happen, yeah. And he's kind of in because he was champion for a year. He's in more like putting over mode. He's letting the rest of his faction shine. Pac won at Full Gear. Moxley did not. I do think that Pac will probably beat Moxley when they face each other, or if they end up facing each other. But that's beside the point. Yes, it was possible that he was going to lose. I am glad that he won because he had to kind of stop the bleeding. Because like I said, he's been on a bit of a losing streak. He's been losing his mojo. So I think this was him trying to be like, okay, I'm back. I'm good to go. But I don't think it's going to restore all of the trust. He's going to face Claudio. Or actually, I'm skipping ahead because he was in the event. Sorry. Moving on. Moxley did win by knockout. That was that. Gold League match. So we have Darby Allin versus Kevin Knight. This was interesting. I thought Darby Allin was going to win this match. Facing Moxley, that's going to be interesting.
This was more of a match. I'm going to tell you why, because they're both high flyers.
Yes.
They're both high flyers.
They're both high flyers, but they're not high flyers in the same way.
No, but Darby Allin will probably do anything that this guy did.
For sure.
True.
I think Kevin Knight is a little bit more athletic, but I'm sure Darby could.
I'm not saying he's not, but I'm saying if this guy jumped off the top of the roof, you'd be damn.
Darby's coming right with him.
Yeah, Darby's going right with him.
They match each other's.
This one, I think this was the highlight of the night.
Fun match. I thought that
this was the best match of the night.
This was a great match.
This was I get why this was not the main event. It makes sense. But I thought that this was. I agree that this was the best match on the show, and this was really fun to watch. Kevin Knight did actually beat Darby Allin by pinfall. And also another thing about the Continental Classic is that people are banned from ringside. So if you're in a tag team, if you're in a faction, it doesn't matter. Nobody can come out. So that's why they didn't have Speedball come out for Kevin Knight. None of the Death Riders came out for the Death Riders who were in this match. None of Darby's allies really came out because it's you. it's just you, and you have to kind of win on your own merit. So I think Kevin Knight is someone I think that this was like a match where he's like, yeah, I'm a singles guy and can kind of do my own thing. But Jeffrey said Moxley facing Claudio is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting because, again, we have two Death Riders facing each other, especially given the story.
We're both brawlers, by the way, same category.
I am worried it might be boring because their styles can be a little bit but I think the
styles are the same, Sheriff. I don't know what you're talking about. They're both brawlers. They're both, in my opinion. Castagnoli's a brawler, and so is Jon Moxley. So
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm worried the match might be not that two brawlers can be interesting.
It'd probably be better than the Moxley Thor
I think they
match.
Approach matches the same, but it's going to be interesting just based on the story. I give more edge to Claudio. Yes, I agree. Well, Moxley takes more liberties in terms of deathmatch stuff. He takes more liberties in terms of deathmatch stuff, but just
Moxley doesn't need to win, so
I think Claudio will be him. That's what I was saying earlier, that I think Claudio will be him. I kind of spoiled the main event, but we're there now anyway. Claudio did defeat Orange Cassidy. So this was a Blue League match as well.
Wait a minute, you missed Chris Statlander, didn't you? She talked earlier, didn't she?
She spoke about defeating Mercedes Moné. She is they refer to her as the best in the galaxy, another nod to her old gimmick, and they're just kind of asking her what's going to be next for her. We did not see Mercedes at all in this episode. She's got to kind of go back to the drawing board because this is the second time she's failed to win the big one. She's got all these belts, but world title, it's nowhere to be found. So I'm sure she's waiting on Mercedes crash out. Same here, yeah. It's gonna happen. She's not gonna win the AEW Women's World Title until she loses all of those belts. She's not gonna win the AEW Women's World Title.
Hell yeah, she will. Tony Khan loves her so much. She's like, the top one female selling all the merch. Of course, she's gonna get the world title belt eventually.
Wait, she is, yeah. I'm saying until she loses all those other belts that she has, she's not.
No. She's gonna be like. What did Vince say? 97 Monet, I think.
113 Monet. And so the main event, we got a pinfall win. Claudio Castagnoli did win. He fist bumped the Death Riders, like they came out to kind of celebrate. And Jon Moxley was like, you can still see the friction between Moxley and the rest of the Death Riders because he kind of had more of like a mood for whatever reason, but the Death Riders are like, nobody's trying to hear that. And then everybody that's in the tournament, both Blue League and Gold League, they eventually kind of spill out to the ring and everybody's fighting. Everyone in the ring is part of the tournament and they're fighting, except Marina Shafir. She's in there too and she's fighting. I thought that was interesting, but I think she was just out there with the Death Riders. But it's like, oh, it's all the tournament guys, and then Marina Shafir. It's like, okay, well, she's a little bit out of place.
I found that to be a little weird act.
That was your pull apart of the night.
There?
That was a pull apart, yeah. And Renee was trying to interview Claudio and Moxley about their upcoming match because
did you guys see how she was dressed? She was dressed like a Death Rider, so she part in them now too.
Who, Renee?
Yeah. I know she's married to him.
She's a Death Rider in law.
Okay, all right. Didn't know that. I didn't know that. Learned something new tonight.
Death Rider in law, because she's married to one. But soon to be not Death Rider in law, because like I said, they're kicking Moxley out and they're getting a new leader pretty soon. We'll see. I think it might happen during this tournament, to be honest.
Tony Storm came out.
Tony Storm came out. That's true. So, because she wants the tag team match that they're going to have at the Thanksgiving Brawl, it's going to be a death match. A holiday something death match. I forget.
I'll be watching football tomorrow night, so I don't know, but yeah.
So it'll be her and Mina versus Marina Shafir and Megan Bayne in a death match on Thanksgiving. That's something to be thankful for, is it not? So that's So they came out with that. Renee Paquette came out, tried to interview them about holiday death match. Oh, is that just what it is? Holiday death match?
Yes.
And so they tried to interview them about, you're both Death Riders, you're going to face each other. Got a little testy, and then we didn't get to see the testiness play out because everybody spilled out to the ring. But that was Dynamite. That was the end. Thoughts, concerns, prayers.
Yeah, prayers for AEW because they're going to be going out of business soon, Cheryl.
Oh, ha, ha, ha. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. You're a comedian. That was so. How do you do it, Magno?
Thank you. I am the next. What's that guy in WWE? Tony, whatever his name is. Yeah.
Tony, whatever his name is, he said.
What's his last name? Hedgecliffe or something like that. He always goes, does the shows, and then they always get canceled. But WWE always promotes them, and then they always get canceled for some reason.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay, so one more thing.
That's my prayer. Prayers, AEW, being brought up with WWE.
Watch this. We have Wrestle Cruise coming up April 17th to the 20th. Margaritaville at sea. Come watch WrestleMania with us on a boat, because what other way are you going to do it except on a boat, right? You're not going to go to Vegas again. You spent all that money to go to Vegas last year. Don't do it again. Anyways, this man that was easy. With that being said, there's one more thing that we have to do. Where is it? Oh. She's a black ninja! You can't see her in the night. Ever since EC pointed out what that song says, I just can't hear it. But anyways.
No, we've done a lot of this tonight, actually.
We have.
We've gone off the rails, but I love it.
I was going to say, do we even need a heated discussion thing? Because we kind of did it. I did have a pre-topic, although we tend to kind of do it on the fly. I was going to talk about the Stevie Richards thing, where he was like, Logan Paul is a better performer than anyone in AEW. Do you guys agree or disagree?
I disagree on that.
What about you, Mad Dog?
Logan Paul better than everyone in AEW? No. Now, if we're talking about Seth freaking Rollins, absolutely.
I think Seth is one of.
Well, soon, Seth.
I think he's one of, if not the best in the world. He's up there.
CM Punk.
Now, I think Logan Paul is. I think Logan Paul has a lot of. He's talented. Yes, I'll give you that. True. But I also think he's a cocky bastard, and I also think he thinks he can't be touched, which I don't agree with.
Venomous Vincent is 100% correct. Fun fact, I don't know if I don't remember what episode it was, but when AEW started back in 2019, I said that they should actually sign Logan Paul and that they should train him. But I knew that if he was to go into wrestling, he would probably go to WWE. I didn't think that he would do a full-time thing. That surprised me. I thought that he would just do a WrestleMania thing, like a one-off. I didn't think he would actually sign and commit. So all credits Logan Paul. I know that he's talented. I can see it. I would have loved it for AEW as their first celebrity thing. That would have been really, really cool. So this is not hate to Logan as a performer, but he is a cocky bastard. He is really annoying, and he's not a better performer. Even if we just talk character work, he's not better than Tony Storm at character work. That's not. I don't know. I think Stevie Richards was just talking blah, blah, blah at that point. But that's not really heated. We did enough heated kind of discussion. So I guess we all agree on that. To a certain extent, I agree with that. Logan Paul is better than some of the guys. I can name people in AEW that Logan is better than, but not all of them.
Oh, boy. I love to hear this one.
Somebody that Logan Paul is better than in AEW?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would probably say Lee Johnson. No shade, Lee Johnson. You're cool, but I think he lacks charisma and character work. And in the ring, he's a little bit generic. Do you guys even know who that is? He's married to Julia Hart, fun fact. Lee Johnson. He's been in AEW since day one.
Is he on TV? I probably don't know if he's not on TV.
It's for a reason. He basically I'm saying is that there are wrestlers who've technically been doing it longer. Lee Johnson has been training longer, but I think Logan is better than him. So it's not necessarily about the length of time. Sometimes it's a natural talent. So basically, I'm saying is that I can name wrestlers he's better than, but it's not a very long like he's not leagues better than everybody. It's not true. But that's all. Anyways, any parting words for our people on this Thanksgiving Eve?
I just hope everybody has a happy and fattening Thanksgiving. Watch some football. AEW is on, and we'll join you next week for AEW All Elite Heat podcast.
I will join you next week, 300 pounds heavier.
I won't be here next week. Cactus Kate will return. But you catch me on the Tuesdays with the NXT trio, myself, Bad Guy Jack, and the lovely Sabrina Estella. So catch me there. And once again, everyone, happy Thanksgiving. Woo. Oh, and don't forget oh god, what was it? Oh yeah, War Games this weekend. Don't forget about that. Big deal. Big deal. We might do a show, we might not do a show. I don't know. I gotta ask people. When you talk to me about War Games show. I hope.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Thank you, Jeffrey. We're thankful for all you fans as well. All our fans, followers, supporters. Thank you for this year. I believe next week, I think we're doing a bunch of stuff, right? Next week, there's a lot of stuff going on. So
we have I don't know if I have a graphic of it. I'm sorry, but y'all see it.
Yeah, there's a lot of big stuff going on, guys. So just stay tuned.
What's going on next week?
What?
Nobody's told me nothing.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I've heard rumbles, but maybe they haven't been in full tuition yet. Tell you after the show, because I honestly don't know, because I was in the hospital for like 3 days. So yeah.
And we're happy to have you back, 100%.
Happy to be back, honestly. Happy to be back.
Thank you for joining us, Mad Dog. Twas fun. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Do it more often.
Out, the Mad Dog out, and the Sheriff.
Bye, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.